Welcome back to the Make a Baby podcast. This is episode 108, a surprising way to boost your fertility. This is our second installment of our Getting Pregnant by Christmas series here on the podcast. And I just want to let you know today's episode is probably the most polarizing, the most life-changing, and probably the most transformative piece of information out of the whole series. And the surprising way that you're going to conceive is through a relationship audit. And a relationship audit is where you're going to take a moment and you're going to look through all of your life. You can be very strategic about this. You can get out your journal, or you can do this on the notes on your app. Make a list of every single relationship you have, literally. And that could be friends, family, coworkers, your boss, your network. Who do you interact with? And I want you to then sort that list into who makes you feel good, who doesn't make you feel good. And to determine that, I want you to ask some of these questions. Who makes you feel like shit? Who makes you feel supported? Look at who makes you feel safe, seen, loved, protected, and heard. And these are the people that you want to hold on to. Because this is what those feelings, and when you feel that, that's what is going to energetically, spiritually, and emotionally allow you to transform your fertility and your womb. Here is a truth bomb incoming. You're not conceiving because your sacral plexus chakra is blocked or imbalanced, meaning that the biggest blockage of reason why people are not conceiving in that chakra is that the relationships that you have in your life are negatively impacting you, making you feel betrayed, deceived, manipulated, triggered, unsafe. So it is time to then further that list. Who makes you feel good, seen, loved, heard, protected? Put that in one section. And then on the second list, who makes you feel triggered, betrayed, deceived, manipulated, or unsafe? And then put those names there. These relationships can be even ourselves, could be our partner, could be our friends, could be our mother, could be our father, could be our boss, could be our coworkers. It could be anybody. But I want you to think close and wide. It also can be people you follow on social media. It could be watching the news. So the key point is to identify who does not make you feel supported and safe, because no relationship is worth having and if they don't make you feel safe. And no relationship is worth more than your fertility. Your emotional safety and peace are not for sale. And when you feel unsafe, you don't make the same decisions and you don't see things and situations from the same perspective if you did feel safe and you felt loved and you felt supported. Scarcity versus lack. Is there a scarcity of safety or an abundance of safety? Is there a scarcity of love versus abundance of love? So here's what you're going to do. If you choose to keep people in your life that are not making you feel great, that are making you feel unsafe, and we're talking about emotional safety, you need to have the hard conversations if you choose to keep them with in your side of your life. So if you have the hard conversations with people who you want to set boundaries with, if there are people in your life and you're like, I can't have that conversation, that person's not emotionally available, they're emotionally volatile, and it's not safe for me to speak to them, block their phone number. And then that's who you don't want to continue a relationship with anymore, and be certain about that. A lot of people have different opinions about blocking phone numbers, but life is short. And if you block someone, you don't owe them an explanation. And if somehow that person comes and asks for an explanation, why did you block me? Don't talk to them. That is a clear disrespect of a boundary. Silence is a boundary. So I've had that happen, or I blocked someone. They were not a safe person for me to be around. She went as far as to email me as to why I blocked her. Blocked her again on the email. I don't owe anyone an explanation. That's not cocky. That is me knowing that my energy, my being is sovereign to me. And I'm an adult. You're an adult. If you're listening to this podcast, it's because you want to make a change in your fertility. You want to make a change in your life. You're spiritually curious and you want to have a transformative life. You want something different and you want to achieve a pregnancy. A lot of that comes from owning our energy and owning our voice and being unapologetic about it, because life is short and you've suffered enough. I know I've suffered enough, and my emotional well-being and my peace are no longer for sale. The next thing is I want you to unfollow or block anyone on social media that is triggering to you. Unfollow them. They don't like that, not your problem. And the last one is I want you to adopt this as a core belief. It is a privilege to have access to me, and I'm the only one who controls who has access to me. It is a privilege to have access to me, and I'm the only one who controls who has access to me. That's really important because my husband doesn't get to control or determine who has access to me. He has to, before he says, so can you help so-and-so? He asks for me. And does that feel good for you? Those are literal words we ask. Does that feel good to you? Let me know. I don't volunteer him to do things for people. I am my own person. Even in my own marriage, I am my own person. And I get to control what I do and who has access to me and how much access. My mom sometimes calls me too much, and I'll tell her, hey, I'm working. You need to, just because I work from home and I own my own business, doesn't mean you can call me 5 times a day. Hard conversations. Is it hard for me to have that conversation with her? Yeah. But again, I'm my priority. Your fertility is your priority. And no relationship is worth it. And when you feel unsafe in relationships, that blocks your sacral plexus chakra, which is where your womb is, which is where your uterus is, which is where your ovaries are. So when you feel unsafe, just assume your womb is blocked or will close. And when you do feel safe, it will open again. And you are in charge of who has access to you. And it is the first step is to do a relationship audit. So, this is really important. So if you want to get pregnant by Christmas, let's look and audit our relationships. Who's close to you? Who makes you feel unkind or unsafe? And who makes you feel supported? I did this recently. I do this periodically, actually, probably quarterly. And it's really good to see how I've changed. And when I reflect and I do this journal entry, and it allows me to look, also making sure I'm accountable to myself. Am I still being this kind of person? Am I being a safe person for others? Am I being a loving, protective person? Am I making sure I make people feel heard? And I do check-ins with my closest friends and my partner. With my kid. Do you feel loved by me? I also want to be that for others. So it goes both ways. So make sure you're looking at it on both sides. Most likely, if you're here on this podcast, it's because you're an empath. You're a very caring, loving human. So don't be too hard on yourself. But I also hold myself accountable. So I'm not perfect. So maybe I need to work a little bit harder at. I'm a talker. I'm a fixer. So I also have to make sure that when he wants to feel heard, that I am actively listening and not trying to fix. So before we end our time together, I just want to thank Amanda for leaving us a voice memo on SpeakPipe. It is the first line in the episode description, and you can ask me anything up to 90 seconds. And Amanda, thank you for being our listener into week, and head over to Instagram, send me a DM at the Carolina Sotomayor, and we will give you 1 month free inside the membership. For those who are wanting the Black Friday secret offers, join our email list, and we are sending out our Black Friday offers exclusively to our email list. Exceptional. They are the lowest price that we've ever offered on some of our items. And if you would like access to that, you can join our email list in the show notes. Until next time, my friends, let the Reiki flow.
Frustrated being told you are fine by your doctor, exhausted from negative pregnancy tests every month, wanting a deeper connection on your fertility journey with your spirit baby? The Make a Baby membership is exactly what you need. Using Reiki will help you connect to your spirit baby, heal the trapped emotions blocking fertility, and support you in our life-changing community. With over 90 Reiki babies, we invite you to try the Make a Baby membership for free. Check it out in the show notes. Let's get you pregnant.